Today's going to be a cheese bread, so we're actually using a couple different kinds of cheese. And I'm making it into two smaller loaves, so I've split the ingredients. I've got about a cup of 3 cheese and a half a cup of Parmesan. And we'll make those separately into 2 different bowls, splitting our 12 ounces of water into 2 6-ounce cups. Got all our ingredients assembled. We're going to start with the scale and weighing out the bread. My sister, God bless her, bought me this special dough tool. It's got a couple of little circles in it and helps mix the blend very well. I like using it. I actually just don't like cleaning it. So when I get to the wet stage, I actually just prefer using a silicone spatula. We're going to add in this water. I've allowed this water to sit out on the counter for a few minutes. If there's any residual chlorine, it's going to dissipate. It's not going to kill my yeast. I'm going to pop that in, getting a wonderful onion smell out of this cheese bread. And as you can see, I've just got it down to where it's a nice loaf. I'll take and seal that with some plastic wrap and come and visit this again in 18 hours when I'm going to take it out for a second little manipulation and rising. It'll be ready by then. All right, it's been 18 hours. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, the yeast has been busy. It's giving it a nice puff. All right, we've got our 18-hour-old bread that has been allowed to rise in a dark and relatively warm place. We're going to give it a little bit more food. See, that yeast has kind of done its work. But yeast doesn't like to travel a lot, so it's just eating all the flour and converting those sugars, glutens into sugar and gas. But we're going to now give it an extra little snack. I'm using again that silicone spatula to roll this out onto some floured surface so that it has a chance to get a little bit of a new surface area of contact with some flour and keep eating. So I just like to give it a little dusting and roll it around a little bit. I'm going to try to change the surface a few times. So the woman who taught me this, my Aunt Marie, called it punching it down. I'm just going to fold it on top of itself a few times, get more and more flour and surface contact. When we're done, we're going to give it a little bit of a tuck and roll underneath to form that nice dome. Now I've taken a bowl about the size of my cooking surface. I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper down. Just set that right in the middle. Parchment paper won't stick terribly, but it will stick a little bit because it does get wet. So I'm going to put a little dusting of flour just on the top, so if it comes in contact, it won't stick terribly bad. We're reusing that same piece of plastic that I used for the first rise. Get it all tucked in, and 2 to 3 more hours. Again, I've given my oven a little bit of a kick of warm because house temperature is probably only about 68 degrees. We'll let this rise about 3 more hours. Has reached temperature. We're going to get ready to transfer the beautifully risen dough into the hot, hot, hot smaller loaves only take about 20 to 25 minutes to do most of the baking. We're going to go ahead and check the lid. Just starting to get brown. We'll leave it in there for another 10 minutes or so.